Hey man, I'm Bronson, and I wanted to wish everyone out there a happy holidays. No matter what you're celebrating out there in the world, have a great time, man, and make the most of the time you have. Whether it be playing Flesh and Blood, doing really cool stuff with your friends and family that you haven't gotten to do in a while. Man, I really hope that everyone makes the most of it. So, in this video, in my holiday video, I want to first go into the depth of holidays and really give you an examination of what the meaning is of holidays. And then after that, I'm going to give you a channel update, tell you what I'm doing, tell you what the future may or may not look like. So, strap in for that. So, what is interesting to me about holidays is I feel like the meaning of them has been lost. It's really been lost over the course of time, and everyone really doesn't realize why we're celebrating this stuff. And it's really interesting why. And if you look into it, man, if you look into any holiday, no matter what you celebrate, it's all focused around darkness. Now, think about it. When it's December months, right? It's dark. Darkness is all around December in the northern hemisphere of the world that we live in. And when you have darkness, it sucks. And if you were back 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago, darkness really was a huge threat. Darkness meant you could not eat, it meant you could not see, it meant you were really cold. It was really bad to have darkness. People died in darkness. Darkness was a really, really bad thing if you were back in the day. Now in this current time, darkness is no big deal. I have a room. This room that I'm in is protecting me from the darkness. I have light right here that also protects me from the darkness. It creates light for me, and darkness is no longer a threat. But back in the day it was. And that's why these holidays that we celebrate really were formed. And that's kind of the beginning parts of most holidays centered around the December time frame in the northern hemisphere. So I want to go through them. So 2 months before December, around that time, there's a lot of different holidays, no matter what you celebrate, man. But these holidays focus on light. It's all colorful. We have to really appreciate all the color that we have in our world and just the light in general and really appreciate that. And then, once it's December, we appreciate that the darkness is halfway done. We are almost through the dark period. We've experienced a little bit of the dark, most of the dark period, 50% mark, and then it's only going to get better from here on in, man. And then after December, around 2 months after December, in February, we celebrate that the darkness is over. We're so happy. We're saying, yeah, we survived the darkness. We didn't die from the darkness. The darkness is over, and we can be happy and prosperous again, and the light's out here. And I really feel like this shows what holidays are all about. It's about making the most of what you have, no matter where you are in life, no matter what situation you're in. Make the most of what you have. And I am no one person who's going to tell you what to think or do. I'm just analyzing what holidays are, and I'm very fortunate in life. And do I have a lot of things that I would want in life? I don't live in a huge ass mansion. I do not have like glorious things in life, but I am very thankful. I am happy that I am in this room. I am happy that I'm making these videos. I'm happy that I'm experiencing Flesh and Blood TCG. I'm really happy, honestly. And there's other things in the background that may not exist where it might get me down, man, and it might suck. But I always try to realize that you know, this might be darkness now, but it's gonna fade. There is gonna be light in the future, and you gotta just make the most of where you're at. So that was my whole rant on the introspection of holidays and why they exist. If you're around the world, please comment below if you celebrate some sort of holiday, maybe, and you have identified this, maybe. I don't know, man. And yeah, it's just a very interesting topic to me because I feel like we celebrate these things and we don't really understand that they were originally put in place because people were just thankful about topics related about darkness. We were first happy that we had the light and we had all these good things, and because we knew darkness was coming. And then in December, we realized that the darkness was 50% complete, and the worst is over, and it's only going to get better from here on out. And then after, in February and in March, we celebrate that we're out of darkness. So you can definitely see, no matter what holiday there is out there, we're always celebrating that what we have is nice and that it's gonna get better in the future. And I just wanted to really give you that little introspection into the depth of holidays. And I know I might sound a little far-fetched there, but you know me, man. I always look for depth in things, and man, with the holidays, there's a lot of depth. That they have a lot of depth there. Now, at the end of this video, I just want to go into my channel and talk to you about what I'm doing, and I want to first talk to you about, you know, my humblest appreciations. I honestly, man, I'm just a normal guy in a normal room, and when I hear people say, man, I'm from Canada, or I'm from, you know, New Zealand or Australia or Germany, or anywhere out there, Switzerland and Mexico. I've had so many people say, hey Bronson, I'm listening to you from X country. And man, that's so humbling to hear. Like, people from thousands of miles away are randomly clicking around on the internet, and they somehow find my face, and they click my video and watch a couple minutes. That's very humbling, and I really appreciate that, man. I'm just trying to, you know, do a little thing out here in life, and talk to the community, because I really love the Flesh and Blood TCG community. Honestly, you guys are amazing, and I really appreciate you. I am really just humbled, and I always want to be humbled, and I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this because this is my passion. I'm not really getting paid at all to do this, and that kind of leads me into really what is in the background of everything that I'm doing. You know why I'm making this? I'm telling you straight up. Since the beginning of my channel, I've made over 200 videos of Flesh and Blood TCG. I've taken a lot of them down because they were a little bit poor quality. But I honestly have been making content for this game nonstop because I am very passionate about it, and I really love the community, and I want to get better at making content because I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun to talk about, because it's one thing for me to have all these thoughts in my mind in my room and like nonstop look at Flesh and Blood and see what's going on, but it's awesome to just yell into a camera for 20 minutes straight and then see all the comments down below to see what you guys are thinking too, and what your thoughts and opinions are, man. It's just it's a really great experience for me. I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you are too, and I really appreciate anyone who's really reached out and interacted with me. So anyway, thank you very much. But what I was going into that, and before I get sidetracked on my humbleness, but I just want to say that the bias that I have for this game, I want to be very straight with you. I do not want to do any sort of, you know, Patreon. It's just not me. I want to just give you guys content. I might do it in the future, but I'd only do it if I could literally give you some material thing that you could use in exchange for the money that is given, because I would just feel a little weird, and that's just me. And I don't knock anyone who does it. It's just not my channel. I honestly, I want to grow the Flesh and Blood community. That is my number one priority. But I will tell you straight up, I bought a lot of Flesh and Blood. You can see some stuff in the background. Honestly, these are like boxes that are empty. There's Unlimited and Crucible. I bought a good amount, like, you know, 10 boxes or so of Crucible. I don't know, but long story short is, I want to just address with you now is that I am biased. I do have a lot of Flesh and Blood cards. I've had them, you know, I've picked a lot of them up when they were pretty cheap and affordable. I mean, before Unlimited Welcome to Wrath came out and the TCG player announcement, not a lot of people were really staying in this game. A lot of people were kind of dumping their stuff, and Bronson was here saying, "Hey, I love Flesh and Blood. Gimme, gimme, like feed me." So I can tell you with all honesty that after all the market spikes, especially the second and the third, I've really hunkered down. I've been very frugal with my spending. I know I say that I've purchased booster boxes from Rudy, and I've purchased booster boxes from deckedge.com. But other than that, I really have tried to limit the amount of things that I buy in the secondary market because it's just crazy, man. It's just it's utter mayhem. But essentially, I do have Flesh and Blood cards, so I am biased when I'm giving you information. Just want to say that. And if I ever talk about a specific product, I will tell you straight up, this is how much I own. This is why I'm biased, but here's the information that I have. And other than that, I'm not making any affiliate type things at this current time. I talk about midtownmerchant.com because I think they have the best singles for Flesh and Blood, and I think they're run by a really great guy, Mitch. I will talk about deckedge.com. It's run by Jason. He's an awesome guy, and he sells booster boxes for Flesh and Blood at really good rates, and I really enjoy what he does, and I think he does a great job. And I feel like Mitch and Jason are just very passionate about the game. And honestly, the big man Rudy himself, I'm his patron as well, and I'm really happy with all the stuff he's doing for Flesh and Blood. He's the biggest hype man for the game, and I'm happy that he is because he's doing the game a huge solid, an insane solid, honestly. And we have a lot to thank for him, so I appreciate him. And that's kind of where I am at this point in time. I am not getting affiliated with any things. The only type of monetary money that I've directly made is I made a Mercari video. I don't know if even Flesh and Blood players have seen it. I think it really gets a lot of traffic from a bunch of random people who click my affiliate links, but I've made a total of $40 whole dollars from there. So I appreciate anyone who's clicked those links, but honestly it really gives somebody a coupon if you click that link, and they're able to utilize the code, and they profit, but I also profit too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm telling you straight up. I did profit from that affiliate for Mercari, $40. But other than that, man, I'm not making any money here. I'm just doing this for fun, and I'm really passionate about Flesh and Blood. So overall, my sellout is $40 cash for in a credit for Mercari. But other than that, I'm plugging things because I believe in them, and because I think that the people behind them are passionate about Flesh and Blood. Yeah, Mitch from Midtown Merchant, Jason from Deck Edge, and Rudy from Alpha Investments, all great guys. They are really passionate about the game, and I really want to support people who are passionate about the game I love, because I'm passionate about this, and that's why I'm doing these videos, is because I'm passionate about this. But I really got into this as a passion thing because I was really passionate about Flesh and Blood. But to be honest, there's so much more that content creation really gives you as a person. I mean, if you've looked at my earlier videos, the speaking skills were a little bit not so great, and that's fine. And I want to make a rant video at that topic at some point. But essentially, I'm getting better over time. I'm still not as good as a lot of those YouTubers and content creators out there. There's a lot of people I deeply respect, and the big boys out there are just really good at verbally communicating, and I would love to get to that level at some time. And I know a little big secret is I know that I yell at the camera, and I say all these things, and I talk to you a lot, but man, I'm not a talker in life. I'm pretty subtle in my personal life. I'm pretty quiet, and I know that's a big surprise, but I don't really express myself as well as I should, and I feel that content creation, what I'm really getting out of it as well, is just being able to speak better. And I know that personally I'm not at the level that I want to be, but it's really all about those reps. It's about doing as much as you can and doing it over and over and getting better as you go along, man. With anything in life, it's the fear of sucking that lets people not even try. But anyway, that's my rant for another day. But overall, I really am not getting paid to do this. I'm just doing it for passion. And going forward with my channel, I really want to focus more on quality. I know up to this point, I've been the Costco of Flesh and Blood content. I give you bulk. I give you as much as you possibly could want, minutes wise and quantity wise. I've pumped out over 200 videos so far. Again, I've taken a lot of down because I care about your eyeballs and your retinas, and I don't want them to bleed because of the screen quality is terrible, and because I'm doing microphone things and blow out your eardrums. So I if 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 some videos are just really bad, I'm just taking them down. But other than that, there are a couple of videos, like the first video I ever made on this channel. I'm gonna leave that up. It's when the first market spike happened for Flesh and Blood, and I was going nuts. And you can even see in that video that my speaking skills were were a little subpar, and I say that they were pretty subpar, very subpar, and I feel like that's a really good representation of how things got started and really where I came from, because I am really just a normal guy in a normal room, and I always want that to be clear that I honestly could put a ton of stuff in the background. I could tell you that I am a golden god and I am the one source of truth for everything related to Flesh and Blood, and you must listen to me for all my opinions and take everything that I say as the one and only truth in life. But man, I'm not going to be that guy. I am just a normal guy in a normal room. I do have abnormal amounts of Flesh and Blood cards and things, but I don't want to make myself out to be this pillar of anything, or some golden god, man. I'm just like you guys, and I think that a little bit of humility goes a long way. And yeah, just to transition to the content. I know this is going on a little bit. I just want to have a nice little chat with you guys, if you care. I got the meat and potatoes at the beginning. This is the little dessert on the side, the little cranberries and the little nuts, right? So my content so far, I just said I wanted to focus on quality, and I have really enjoyed talking with a lot of great people in the Flesh and Blood TCG community. I've been doing my drinking with Bronson bit, and I've talked to awesome people. Like I talked to Kale from Dead Summer Art, and I talked to Jason from Outcast Haven, and I talked to a bunch of other people. I talked to Mitch from MidtownMerchant.com, and I feel that the reason why I initially did it, man, is because I really did want to meet these people. I mean, of course I wanted to make content. Of course I wanted to get them to talk on the screen and for us to have a nice little chat. But honestly, when I said the stuff I did earlier about make the most of the time you have left, and I made a video about that a month or two ago, and I said make the most of the time you have left in the Flesh and Blood TCG community, and I'm trying to take my own advice. I'm telling you straight up, there are people out there who I saw from the very beginning of my channel, from the very start of when I got into Flesh and Blood, and I really idolized them. I thought, wow, their content is amazing. I love this person, and this is awesome. And now that I have some sort of small backing, it's nice that I can reach out to these people and say, hey, you want to do some collab stuff and talk and just chill. And that has been so rewarding to me, and it's so humbling. And I know that they're in the same place as they're saying, hey, I'm just a guy too, and I made this thing in the community, and they're very humble and nice people. And that's the thing I love about Flesh and Blood and the community in general, is that it feels like a lot of people are just very humble and very nice and kind. It's a really great community. I feel like it's because we're all gathering around a game that we believe in, and it's the underdog, man. It's coming up. It's saying we're gonna be the next big TCG. We're gonna be the big thing in the future. We have high goals and aspirations, and we want everyone to come together to play a great game. And you really have to give it to Legend Story Studios. They made an amazing game. But not only that, the staff is just really passionate about what they do. This is a passion project, and I respect the heck out of them for it. I honestly do. I have nothing but my deepest respects and appreciation for everyone who works at Legend Story Studios for what they've done. Not only making the game, but bringing a bunch of great community around the game. And I know that things are going to change moving forward into 2021 and into the future. Things are going to evolve and change, and we do have to make the most of the time we have. But I just feel that no matter what I say, or what opinions I have, or what depth I go into, or what thoughts I have, I just wanted to be clear that I respect Legend Story Studios so much, and I have the deepest I have the deepest love for everything they've done so far in the game, and I think that they're doing an amazing job, honestly. And I'm just a guy in a room. There's a reason why I'm just a normal guy in a normal room, and they are where they are because they are really good at what they do, man, and they've got their stuff together. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up now, but just overall, man, I'm into the future of 2021. I'm definitely going to try to interact with the community a lot more. I definitely want to do more of my drinking with Bronson's sketch things. I want to put more quality. I might not put a lot of quantity out because I'm trying to make it so you enjoy watching the videos. And honestly, there's not too much I can go into every day about Flesh and Blood, and I feel like having that quality over quantity is definitely a good route, but also focusing on the community and trying to really build it by, just talking to people and sharing time and I'm really looking forward to the content in 2021 and beyond and yeah, just really enjoying the game, enjoying everything that's going on and I'm really excited for the future and yeah, just remember that, there's darkness in life, man. And just like Flesh and Blood, you had Welcome to Wrath and Arcane Rising and Crucible War. We're currently 2 months before December for the sets of Flesh and Blood. We're gearing up towards darkness, my friends. Darkness is rising. Darkness is coming up. There is going to be a war. There is going to be full darkness. And we need to appreciate the time we have in the world of Wraith or Wrath. And things are going to come up and it's going to be really exciting. And I can't wait for the future. So, anyway, have a great holiday season. I hope everyone has an amazing time. Oh, I wanna end on a hype rant, man. You guys have a blast out there. Play as many Flesh and Blood games as you possibly can. Have an amazing time, and just stay safe. Stay safe because there's darkness, and you gotta watch out. Sometimes it comes out from nowhere in your life. So, man, just have a great time, and I really look forward to seeing what you guys have in the future and what Legend Story Studios has planned and all the great things to come in the future. So stay safe and have a good one, man.